Welcome to your Sunday edition of In the Shed as we look back on Saturday's games in round number 26 of the Betfred Super League, starting at the MKM Stadium where the Salford Red Devils have secured playoff rugby league this season against a lacklustre, poor, shocking Hull FC. No doubt about it, 58 points to 4 at the MKM. If you watch Simon Griggs' press conference prior to this game, only thing that was missing was the white flag before kickoff. There was no way that Hull FC were going to win this. Quite frankly, I've been a big admirer of Mr. Griggs throughout the season, but really, he gave his players a free pass not to show up, and they didn't show up. It was as simple as that. Really poor. All this talk about it's a bunch of kids. What a load of rubbish. I mean, if you look down the roster, SASA, arguably the best prop forward in the league this year. Fash was in the team. Lane, Ashworth, Smith, Gardner, you're talking Chan, you're talking Martin, who's their first choice winger, is there as well. Bamforth now's their first pick. Going forward at hooker, it has to be. You're talking about Jack Walker's in there, Chamberlain, Aiden, all these players, they're not kids. Let's just not go there. I mean, it's not like it's all kids. They just didn't show up. Many a championship side would have put up a better display against the Salford Red Devils on Saturday, and Hull FC are where they deserve to be at the end of round 26. They might not be at the end of round 27, but right now, that league table is how it should look. London shouldn't be bottom. Hull FC should be bottom. Absolute disgrace. That's what it is. I don't care what anybody says. Really, really, really poor. I feel for you black and white fans. I mean, a lot of them on social media saying they're not going to renew the season ticket. I don't blame them. I mean, if you look at the transfers they've made for next season, dearie me. I mean, I don't know what the transfer policy is going into next season. I think Simon Griggs, again, in his pre-match press conference, was being respectful, but I think even he's a little bit bemused by some of these additions, the age profile of the players. It's just shocking. And there's players out there that are still off contract, like Campagnolo, who I would have overseas every day of the week. Anyway, that's enough about LFC. I don't want to talk about them anymore. Quite frankly, everything that's wrong with grading, Hull FC have shown us this season. Full stop. Let's move on. Massive congratulations to Paul Rowley and all of the Salford Red Devils. Everybody's written them off throughout the season. Everybody's been waiting for them to fall off all the way through the season. Not a bit of it. They put the hammer down in this one. Tim Lafai, what a performance. 3 points for Tim Lafai. Oh, fantastic. 3 tries. Beautiful hat-trick from him. 5 tackles, 15 carries, 213 metres, 1 clean break. What more do you want? The man is a colossus. Incredible. Will he be there next year? Again, rumours abound that maybe Tim might be off at the end of the campaign. That'd be a big loss. Of course, Essen Masters is coming in from Huddersfield Giants. Or are they going to keep Tim Lafai? I mean, that, alongside Masters will be a very potent looking back line. One to him, McDonald, etc. And there's a bit of fluidity there. McDonald, we know, can play on the wing. Masters possibly a push good. Gives him a little bit of versatility going into next year. We'll be discussing that throughout the winter on Super League Raw Weekly. That's right, folks. We're going to go right the way through the winter. The only podcast that's going to do that for you. We'll make sure that Rugby League remains a full year operation here at Super League Raw. You have our commitment on that. 2 points goes to Brad Singleton. Oh, I like a prop forward. Mr. Singleton, a try, an assist. Oh, he had a great game, didn't he? 16 carries, 140 metres, 6 tackles, and a clean break. Go on, Brad, lad. Beautiful, son. And then finally, Joe Mellor. Joe Mellor's been in great form, hasn't he, these last few weeks? I mean, he really has. 2 wonderful tries from Joe in this one. 7 carries from dummy half, 3 clean breaks, 7 tackleables, 104 metres, 14 carries. What more do you want? Outstanding stuff. You can only beat what's in front of you. Simple as that. And quite frankly, I just don't want to talk about LFC anymore. I really don't. They're a boil on the butt of the Super League, as far as I'm concerned, this year. I'll just say it as it is. They need to improve both on and off the field. Like I say, this isn't against you black and white supporters. I think, quite frankly, you're on a mission from God this year supporting that team. Quite frankly, I feel for you, every single one of you. But for you, Salford Red Devil fans, many congratulations. You are in the playoffs. Where are you going to finish? Are you going to finish 4th? Are you going to finish 5th? Are you going to finish 6th? I don't know. I mean, it's still up in the air. All that we do know, though, is that they are going to be in the playoffs, fully deserved. They missed out at the last hurdle last year. They're in there. Paul, everybody at Salford Red Devils, our heartfelt congratulations to you here from Super League Raw. We'll be seeing you in the playoffs. And now we're going to go over to the John Smith Stadium for the game between the Huddersfield Giants and the Warrington Wolves. The Huddersfield Giants zippity-doo down to Warrington Wolves 66 as the Wire run out rampant winners on their way to playoff Rugby League. They're guaranteed third. Could they get that second position spot? Let's be crystal clear. There's only 16 points now between them and Hull KR in the form and against. It's going to be very interesting. KR, of course, going up against Leeds next week. Warrington taking on London at home. You would expect perhaps Warrington might finish on a better for and against. The question is, can KR get the job done against Leeds? A little bit of a side one there for next week. It could be a very interesting night indeed next Friday night. As far as this game's concerned, though, Huddersfield Giants used this as an opportunity to maybe have a look at some of their plays for next season, and it showed Warrington were in no mood to show mercy. They just performed very well right across the park. Every Warrington player really putting in a shift. I mean, it was a training exercise. And Sam Burgess in his post-match press conference did actually hint at that. Perhaps this isn't the best preparation going into what will be a hard playoff series, because next week they've got London. London will give them a better run out than Huddersfield did on Saturday. But there's no doubt about it. I think Warrington would have liked to have had maybe a bit more of a test in this one, just to keep the intensity up going into the playoffs. 18 tries now for Matty Ashton. I mean, the second one, the floated ball from Williams, who, got, I think, 4 assists on the night, 16 assists now for the season for George. He's had a great year, running with the ball better, outstanding. Jimmy Harrison back from injury and back with another try. That's 5 for him now in Super League this year. Harrison's in great form. Kai Taylor-Ray, what a performance he had yet again. Not only was he on the score sheet twice, but, right at the death there, clean break time for Huddersfield Giants, and who's the man that's tracking back him and Ashton, making sure the big zero stayed. Great performance from Kai Taylor. And when you consider, I think Tuilola had a bit of a shocker at times at fullback, and yet the young man really did stand firm. And no wonder the Warrington fans are really excited about Kai Taylor in the long term, and rightly so. The man is looking like he's going to be the eventual successor to Matt Duffy. I mean, look, statistically, unbelievable. 2,139 running meters, Warrington. I mean, Huddersfield limited to 843. That is just a hammer blow. And the missed tackles, 49 from the Huddersfield Giants. Wow, just wow. But like I say, Warrington, they just needed to go and get the job done. Some wonderful combination work in there as well. Good to see Roderick Ty getting a try, 2 for Matty Nicholson as well. And like I say, Warrington were just rampant in this game. Huddersfield couldn't lay a glove on him. Huddersfield now waiting for 2025. We wish Luke Robinson well. But yeah, like I said, very similar to Hull FC, really, in the fact that, Huddersfield here are whimpering away at the end of the campaign. That said, they've given us far more entertainment than the black and whites along the way. But yeah, there you go. Really disappointed if you're a Huddersfield Giants fan. Delighted if you're a Warrington fan. Just 16 points now between them and KR. Some fantastic tries in this game as well for your enjoyment. Outstanding. Who are we going for in terms of the 3-2-1? Well, it's hard to look past George Williams for 3 points, a try, 4 assists, 22 carries, 106 metres, 8 tackle busts, 3 clean breaks. George was on. Outstanding stuff from the Williams. 2 for Kai Taylor-Ray. Like I say, not only his tries, but, the bottom line is his work. I mean, he was so assured under the high ball all game. He's tracking back for that last breakaway to make sure Warrington got a 0. Kai Taylor-Ray, what a player this kid's going to be in the long term. And I'm going to give 1 point to Roderick Ty. That's right, the man himself. 1 try, 1 assist from Roderick. 17 carries, 241 metres. He put in a hell of a shift, 5 tackle busts in the game, and a clean break. Ty gets my 1 point. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good notes in dispatches. Harrison, great performance from him. I thought Curry had a good game as well for Warrington. Philbin also looking the part since his return as well. Zane Musgrove got 150 metres from 18 carries. So I say lots to be happy about if you're a Warrington Wolves fan, but you've got to consider the opposition that we're against. Quite frankly, it was lacklustre, and Warrington just got the job done. Big opportunity still. They're still in it in terms of second. They're more than likely going to finish third. I think Warrington and Sam Burgess will be more interested in who is finishing 6th, because of course that one is wide open. It could be Lee, it could be St Helens, or it could be the Catalan Dragons. Any one of those teams could eventually be the team that finishes 6th. That's going to be very interesting indeed next week. Can't wait for it. Right, there you go. Do you give me that 3-2-1? Warrington Wolves 66. That's right, 66. Huddersfield Giants 0 as we go now to Perpignan for what was an exceptional game of Rugby League. Oh, what a fantastic game at the Stade Brutes Gilbert, and a week of absolute blowouts. Wasn't it wonderful to see a proper game of rugby league play out in France? A sensational game, this one. London Broncos, yet again, delivering a first-class opposition. They very nearly did it once more. So near misses this year. Let's be fair, on a different season, maybe Mike Eccles would have had another 6, maybe 8 points this season. But such is fate. All of that effort, yet again, not delivering the vital 2 points that would secure them the 11th spot for 2024. As for the Catalan Dragons, unbelievably, I mean, they've been shocking in terms of form this season, but somehow now it looms large that they may just get into the top 6 if the Lee Leopards next week go down to St Helens and the Catalan Dragons win. It's the Lee Leopards who could miss out. I mean, what a game that's going to be at the LSV. Of course, Catalan going to Hull FC. We saw what they dished up against Salford, didn't we? So yeah, Catalan all of a sudden right back in the groove when it comes to playoff rugby league this year. As for the London Broncos, difficult assignment for them. They go to the Halliwell Jones Stadium in search of 2 points, or maybe, just maybe, not conceding as many as Hull FC. That would guarantee them to remain in 11th, because that is, of course, where they sit at the end of this round. I thought the first try for Kershaw, very well taken indeed. Lovely move, nice assist from Campagnolo. And at that point, with the penalty, they're 8-0 up, and looking the part, it has to be said. They really were looking the part at that point. But then, of course, back came the Catalan Dragons, and they were nice scores as well. I mean, Wallace, I thought, took his try well. They'll be very disappointed, won't they, the London Broncos, with their defensive effort at that point. They shouldn't be allowing him to get the offload there. I think it was Ben Garcia, wasn't it, that did the offload to Wallace, and Wallace goes in for his score. And then what a little grubber kick that was from Artemog. Outstanding stuff from the Frenchman. There you go. Have a little bit. And it's, of course, Artur Romano that decides to go in and get the critical score that got the win for the Dragons. I mean, look, this year, I think there's an argument whoever finishes 6th, do they deserve it? I mean, it's fascinating. It really is. Catalan Dragons, if you said, do they deserve to be in the top 6? Probably not, but they could be. Leeds Rhinos, do they deserve to be in the top 6? Probably not, but they could be. Saints have been pretty poor and will be delighted for the for and against, because that's really what's going to make sure that they're in the 6th this season. It's really fascinating stuff going into next weekend's fixtures, especially on Friday. There's just so much to look forward to, and that's what we want, don't we? We want it to go down to round 27. I mean, we still don't know who's going to win the League Leaders' Shield. Mathematically, we still don't know who's going to finish 2nd, and of course, take your pick, as Des O'Connor once said, in terms of who's going to finish in the 4, 5 and 6. But yes, there you go. Right, let's get into the 3-2-1, shall we? 3 points goes to Artur Romano. I like a bit of Artur Romano. I think he's a quality centre, and I was really pleased that he got what was such a pivotal try for the Catalan Dragons. I really like this kid. Nice try. 15 carries, 152 metres, 5 tackle balls, a clean break. Well done, Mr. Romano. I thought he played the centre position really well on Saturday night. 2 points has to go to Jack Campagnolo. I thought, yet again, how is this guy? I mean, again, I go back to FC. How's this guy not going to Hull FC? How's this guy not going to Huddersfield Giants? I really don't know. He's been in sparkling form, incredible. Another assist from him. 33 tackles in D, which is a great effort. No question about that. I thought his kicking game as well was pretty decent on the night. So Jack Campagnolo, he gets himself 2 points from me, and 1 point is going to go to Mr. Mike McMeekin. That's right. This is more than likely this is his farewell game at the Catalan Stade Brutes Gilbert, because of course he's on his way. I'm pretty confident that next week. Let me just check on that actually. Where are Catalan? I'm sure they're at Leeds, aren't they? I'm sorry, FC. Yes, they are. They're actually at the MKM Stadium. So that, of course, was Mike McMeekin's swan song for the Dragons. He's been a great servant for them, and he had a good game. 31 tackles in defence, but 101 metres, 15 carries, 4 tackle busts from Mike. He's been a great servant to the Catalan club. I thought he deserved the 1 point. Not quite sure where the Everett one came from on Sky, I have to say. 3 points for Artur Romano, 2 points for Jack Campagnolo, and 1 point to Mike McMeekin. Do you agree with that? What are your thoughts going into round 27, ladies and gentlemen? This is the greatest sport on earth. Might not be the best task, but it's the greatest sport on earth. We know that. Loads of excitement coming our way on Friday night. Either one, can't wait for it. Yes, I will be at the Halliwell Jones Stadium, but I will have a keen eye on what's going on at the LSV. That's one not to be missed. And, a little note note in dispatches, really disappointed for Wigan Warriors fans and for Salford Red Devils. I mean, Salford Red Devils now, within a moment's notice, being given a 5-day turnaround. As Wigan Warriors fans have been contacting me. They had hotels booked for Friday, and now they can't attend the game on Thursday. It's an absolute outrage. The Super League really need to question this. Sky, for me, it's not about supporters. It really isn't. They've got the game on the cheap, and bottom line is they shouldn't be allowed to do this to the people that really matter, which is the supporters. They should not be allowed within a week to change it. It was all set up for Friday. It was all perfect. And what did he do? They bring it forward. They bring the Wigan game forward at 24 hours. An absolute outrage. I do feel for you fans who have been affected by that. Right, loads to look forward to in the week ahead. Don't forget, Super League Raw Weekly will be Wednesday live at 8 p.m. this week due to work commitments, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes peeled, of course, as always. Loads of great content coming on our social media platforms, including our top 5 tries of the week. Oh, it's all going to be coming your way between now and Wednesday, but be with us on Wednesday. And the quiz, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we advertised that for this week coming. Of course, due to the fact that there's been a change in the fixtures and this, that, the other, the quiz will be coming now later in September, with the first prize being a ticket to join the Super League Raw team at the grand final. So there's lots of great stuff still coming your way for Super League Raw. Keep it Super League Raw. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We're growing the community. Thanks very much to Joel Scholes for hosting us at the Huddersfield Giants. Thank you to all those Huddersfield Giants that came up and said hello. And we will be seeing you for more In the Sheds for the final round of round number 27 next weekend. You can't beat a bit of In the Sheds. Look after yourselves, everybody. Bye for now.